We are here in the forest of Aiton in Corsica, and we have a fun and dynamic class for you that will get the heart pumping and figuratively opening too, thanks to the few heart opening poses I've included. This is a great workout for your legs that will challenge your balance and make you realize just how much your feet do for you each day, keeping you balanced and upright. Our bodies are absolutely amazing and capable of so much that we don't even realize because we rarely push past what we perceive as our limitations. So if you're ready to do just that and get your sweat on, step onto your mat and let's do this. Let's begin our workout seated in easy pose in the middle of the mat. Lift the hands to the sky and let's stretch it out to the right and coming to the other side, stretching out on the left side and back to center. Turning to face the front of the mat, right leg stretched out, left leg bent into the chest, and we're going to twist to the left, right elbow to the left knee, breathing deeply, inhale and exhale, and coming back to center. Switching to the other side, right knee into the chest, left elbow comes to that right knee, twisting to the right, looking over the shoulder, finding length in the spine, and coming back to center. We're going to come into tabletop and then do a few cat-cows, arching the spine, and then dropping the belly, coming forward. Just waking up the spine. And let's stretch out the left leg and the right arm in our bird dog position, engaging the core. And let's switch to the other side. Right leg extends, left arm extends, and coming back to tabletop. And we're just going to find a quick puppy pose. Hips stay over the knees. The intention is to bring the chest down to the mat. That's the direction we want to go. If you can't do that yet, that's perfectly fine. Just stretching out the shoulders, breathing into this position, and let's come forward onto the elbows and the belly. Bring the hands back a bit, lifting up into cobra. And let's come back into child's pose. Breathing deeply. And roll back forward onto the belly. We're going to find our bow pose. So bring both heels to the glutes, reaching back with the hands, stretching out the quads, and then when you're ready, lift up, lift the chest, gaze up to the sky, feeling this back bend, and release down. And we're going to lift to plank. You can come to your knees first if you need to. And then we're going to hop to forward fold, rolling up slowly. Hands lift up to the sky and folding forward. Halfway lift step or hop back to plank, Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. We're going to do that one more time. Step or hop to forward fold, rolling up to mountain pose, lifting the arms up to the sky, hands to heart, arms up to sky again, folding forward, halfway lift, step or hop to plank, Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Let's step or hop to forward fold, and then we're going to slowly roll up to Tadasana, hands up to the sky, and then down to the heart. Let's just find a moment of stillness before we come into our first sequence. So starting in tree pose, right foot lifts to the left thigh, arms reach up to the sky, breathing deeply, knee comes up to the chest, hold here, and step back to crescent lunge or high lunge. Weight shifts forward into warrior three, lifting the knee up to the chest and placing it back on the left leg, right foot to the left leg, finding our tree pose. Knee comes up to the chest, hold here, and stepping back to high lunge, arms lifting up to the sky, finding your balance, and weight shifts forward onto the left leg, coming into warrior three. Hold here, slight bend in the left leg, right knee comes up, and we're stepping down to Tadasana, and then switching immediately to the other side, tree pose, left foot onto the right thigh, knee lifts up to the chest, and stepping back to high lunge. Shifting forward into warrior three, and knee comes up, and let's again come into tree pose, left foot to the right thigh, knee lifts towards the chest and steps back to high lunge, shifting forward to warrior three, lifting up to the sky and then stepping down, lifting up, folding forward, half lift, and step or hop to plank, Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. We're going to do that one more time. Step or hop to forward fold, rolling up to Tadasana, hands lift to the sky, and come down to the heart. Lifting them one more time up to the sky, slight back bend, and folding forward, half lift, step or hop to plank, Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Step or hop to forward fold, slowly lift up to Tadasana, hands come up to the sky and down to the heart. Amazing job. Now we're going to come into a modified warrior three with the hands on the mat. So our left leg is lifting up. Fingertips are touching the mat, and then let's lift the left arm up to the sky, coming into half moon. Left foot is flexed. and then stepping back with the left foot to warrior two. Coming back into our standing splits, and then stepping back into warrior one. And coming back to the first pose, modified warrior three, fingertips touching the mat. And let's open into half moon. Left foot is flexed, left arm reaches up. And stepping back to warrior two. Don't forget to breathe. And coming into our standing splits, lifting the left leg as high as possible, and then stepping back into warrior one. And let's step forward, feet together in mountain pose. Hands lift up to the sky, forward fold, and we're going to switch legs here. So right leg lifts into modified warrior three. Then the right arm opens up into half moon, and we step back to warrior two. Coming back to our standing splits for modified warrior three, and stepping to warrior one. And again, coming into our modified warrior three, fingertips touching the mat. And we're going to open to half moon. So the right foot is flexed, the right hand is reaching up to the sky, and we step back to warrior two, bending the left knee, and let's come forward into our standing splits. Right foot is reaching to the sky, and then we step back into warrior one, hands reaching up, and let's step to Tadasana. Hands lift up to the sky, and we fold forward, half lift, step or hop to plank, Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. You can pedal out the feet here or just find some stillness in this position. And let's step or hop to forward fold. Let's grab the elbows and just rock side to side. And let's step back into downward dog. And then let's find child's pose. Taking a few deep breaths here, just releasing some of the tension that we may have built up during our exercises. Just taking a quick break before we move on to our next sequence. And let's lift up into down dog. Roll forward to plank. Back to down dog, and then step or hop to forward fold, rolling up to mountain. Just finding a moment of stillness. And then let's find our dancer's pose. So right hand is grabbing the right foot, bringing it to the glutes, the heel to the glutes, and then opening into dancer's pose. Left arm is reaching forward, finding balance on that left leg, opening the chest. Try to release the foot and hold that same position. That is your active range of motion. And let's step to Tadasana, releasing the arms down at the sides. And let's switch sides in our dancer's pose. left hand grabs the left foot, bringing it to the glutes, and then extending back, reaching forward the right hand, balancing on the right foot. Reach, reach, reach. Hold here a bit longer. And then release the foot, but still try to hold dancer's pose. And let's step to Tadasana. Reaching up to the sky, slight back bend, and folding forward. Rolling up slowly again to Tadasana, hands reaching up to the sky, and folding forward once more. Step or hop to plank, Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Up the feet between the hands and sit back into Navasana, boat pose, and just doing a few Navasana rolls here. So the idea is to engage the core, and when you roll forward, don't let the feet touch the mat. And on our last one, we're going to roll back, feet coming to the floor above our head, and we're going to find shoulder stand. So hands are supporting the lower back, reaching up with the toes, and release one leg at a time down to plow pose again. And we're going to release the back slowly down to the mat. And then let's roll forward, coming into our Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose, otherwise known as butterfly pose. And let's lift up, extend the legs, reaching forward, coming into our seated forward fold, and lift back up, placing the hands behind the back and pushing up into our reverse plank. Slowly release down, and let's scoot forward and release slowly down to the mat, finding Shavasana. When you're ready, let's roll onto one side, lifting up, coming into our seated pose, lifting the hands up to the sky and bringing them down to the heart. One more time, lift up to the sky and hands come to heart. You did an amazing job. This was not an easy workout. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.